Today is the beginning of my second maximum strength phase, but before we get into the normal flow of training, I'm gonna do a testing day to see where I'm at right now. This morning I had a highline session in which I did speedlining on a 30-meter section to see what my current maximum speed is that I can achieve. On my first try it took me 25 seconds for the 30 meters, that is 1.2 meters per second. After that I was really struggling to go fast again, but I had one try in which I managed to cross in 23 seconds, that is around 1.3 meters per second. Looking at the Speedline Wildcard submissions, I would have been 10th place if I submitted this as a wildcard entry. So there's still a lot of work for me to do to even have a chance of qualifying for the quarterfinals in Laax, but it also motivates me to step up my speedline game right now. My plan for the next months is that I have roughly 5 highline sessions per week, out of which 2 will be focused on speedlining and 3 will be focused on freestyle. Out of the 2 speedline sessions, I want to focus once on short sprints and once on longer endurance to work both on my maximum speed but also on maintaining my speed in longer distances. Let's see how I'll progress in the next weeks and if I can ramp up my maximum speed a bit. For my strength training, today I will do a 1 rep max testing session again with 5 exercises: squats, pull-ups, bench press, deadlifts and sit-ups. So from the results that I get today, I can plan my training for the coming weeks, and in my next block I can do a 1 rep max testing session again to see whether I improved or how much I improved in each exercise. My right hip has been feeling a bit off since a couple of days, so I don't expect to go hard on the deadlifts and squats, but let's see how it's gonna go. So I just finished the 1 rep max testing and I wasn't able to do squats and deadlifts because my hip was not good, but I was able to do the other 3 exercises. I'm quite happy with my progression. For the pull-ups I was able to do 30 kilos and it still didn't feel like my 1 rep max, but I stopped there just to be safe. It was already double of what I lifted last time. So yeah, next time I'm quite sure that I can do 35 to 40. Let's see. On the bench press, last time I tested I was at roughly 65 to 70 kilos and today I got 75, so a small improvement. Last time for the sit-ups I stopped at 40 kgs and maybe could have done 45, but my back was feeling a bit sore. This time I got 52.5 kilos, which is quite a big improvement. And I'm super happy with that. So now I'm gonna have 2 weeks of pushing my limits and then 1 week of deload. At the end of the deload week, I'm gonna do another 1 rep max test and see how much I improved until then.
Slip away, yeah. Let gravity define. We're falling through the light. We're falling through the light. Let gravity define.
maximum strength phase is over and I'm starting the third and probably last maximum strength phase this week. And last week I had a deload week, so my body was able to recover and adapt to all the training I've done in the 2 weeks before that. Regarding the Highline sessions, I was able to have 5 sessions a week, which I'm really happy about. And I also managed to hit 6 hours of line time in 2 weeks in a row, which is something I haven't managed in over 2 years now, so that was really amazing. I planned to have 2 sessions per week that focused on speedlining, but that really didn't work out so well because the speedlining kept aggravating my feet and I had to keep the volume quite low compared to freestyling. However, I still feel that I got more comfortable walking on short freestyle lines again, which is a good base for the coming months of training. On the last day of this phase, I had another speed test to see how fast I could go on the 30 meters. And I managed to have some tries with around 23 seconds on the 30 meters, which is around 1.3 meters per second. So compared to last time I checked, I didn't really improve much, but I felt that I was getting more consistent on my faster runs and I didn't fall as much. So I still had a small improvement. To be honest, right now I don't feel like I have any chance of going far into the final rounds in speedlining. That's why my only goal right now is to pass the qualifications, and for that I only need to be super fast, but I don't need to have any endurance, so I'm not gonna do any more endurance type training from now on. Regarding my freestyle sessions, I definitely made more progress. I started by working on one of my best tricks, the adrenaline flip, which is an adrenaline roll followed by a front flip, but all in one bounce. I started by working on the basics, so panic roll to shoulder to front roll to feet in 2 bounces, just to get used to the movement and to the leash handling, which is quite tricky. After getting this combo consistent, I tried to do panic roll to front roll in 1 bounce, but I had some quite rough leash falls that had lowered my motivation to keep trying this trick right now. So instead I just switched to my other best trick, which is the 360 backflip. Here it was quite easy to work on the basics first, which are the 180 back flop and back roll to feet late 180. And I got both of them rather consistent, with the 180 back flop being harder for me. Apart from those 2 best tricks, I also worked on one of my long combos, which is hammock roll from feet, hammock back roll, fake dark side roll, 180 Yoda roll, roll down to nevermind, nevermind 180, back almighty. The 2 hardest tricks for me in this combo are the fake dark side roll and the 180 Yoda roll. So I worked on those 2 in isolation first. I managed to get the fake dark side roll consistent enough to start working on it in combo, but I didn't manage to get the 180 Yoda roll consistent yet, but I hope that's gonna happen soon. With my strength training, to be honest, I didn't manage to execute the plan as I wanted to, mainly because it was too intense and I had to back off with the weights. My second week, my knees were sore and I had to be careful with the squats and deadlifts. And towards the end of the second week, my shoulder was sore, so I had to watch out with the pull-ups and the bench press. But I think I started figuring out which weights to use on the exercises, so I hope that will benefit me in the next phase. On the last day of the phase, I did a 1 rep max test again to see how much I improved strength-wise. But since last time I wasn't able to do squats and deadlifts because my hip was sore, and this time my shoulder was sore, so I wasn't able to do pull-ups and bench press. So yeah, next time I'm quite sure that I can do 35 to 40. The only exercise that I was able to actually see if I progressed was sit-ups. And last time I managed to do sit-ups with 52.5 kilos. This time I was able to do 55, so I got 2.5 kilos more this time, which is not a big improvement. But I definitely felt quite a big difference in how my lower back felt, so this is also a big plus for me. This time I was able to do squats and deadlifts, and I managed to squat 70 kilos, which is a new personal record for me. That's amazing. And also the deadlifts went very well for me and I managed to lift 85 kilos, also a new personal best. So I'm very happy about that and I hope the trend keeps rising. I hope next time I will be able to test all 5 exercises again to see where I'm at. And I also hope that my feet will feel stronger and I can actually train more for speedlining. But you will find out in the following videos. Stay tuned!